Hey everyone, it's a Phoam Ranger here with another episode of Phoam Ranger Sports. Sorry about the lighting, I'm in the elevator bank. So then I came on, give my mama came in yesterday to Vegas on a little peace and quiet as she is doing some recovery from travel yesterday, and like a month ago she underwent some lower back surgery, back and spinal cord surgery, well, one part of it, so she's still healing from that. Anyway, this episode is going to recap the Bronco Men's game this past Saturday when they went on the road to finish regular season Colorado State and picked up a really impressive win. It was Colorado State who came into the game with like the 8th best winning streak in the nation. The Broncos defeated them on the road by a final score of 78-67. The win moved the Broncos to 2011 overall in 12-8 in conference play. The loss dropped Colorado State to 2011 11-9 in conference play. Broncos led a half by 8 points, 36-28, and won the second half by 3 points, 42-39. Game was played in front of a road crowd of 7,105 fans. Began using the stats from broncosports.com because apparently the stats were not updated on Stat Broadcast, so they do not have, Stat Broadcast does not have the stats. So, in terms of the Broncos, Drew Fielder, who is a Phoam Ranger player of the game, I'll just double check that quickly. Yep, he is a Phoam Ranger player of the game. He led all scores with 23 points in 29 minutes on 10 of 15 from the floor, including 1 of 5 from range and 2 of 4 from the stripe. 1 offensive, 6 total boards, 3 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Dylan Andrews, 19-point performance in 30 minutes, was 6 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 3 from range, hit all 6 free throws. 1 offensive, 4 total boards, 1 foul, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Edwin Meadow with 11 points on 29 minutes, 2 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 3 from range. All 6 free throws were made, 2 offensive, 7 total boards, 2 turnovers, and a block shot. RJ Keene, 7 points in 33 minutes, 2 of 3 from range, and 1 2 from the stripe. 5 boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, and turnover. Jem Buchanan had 4 points in 21 minutes, 1 of 3 from the floor, 0 for 1 from range, and 2 of 3 from the stripe. 4 boards, 4 fouls. From the bench, Don Perlin, 7 points in 13 minutes, 2 of 3 from the floor, hit his long 3-pointer. He was the first Bronco in the game to make a 3 in the first half, and hit both opportunities from the charity stripe. 3 offensive, 4 total boards, 3 fouls, 2 turnovers, and a steal. Peter Carmichael played 16 minutes, was 2 of 3 from the floor, 0 for 1 from range for 4 total points. Had 2 boards, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers, and a steal. Spencer Aarons had 2 points in 12 minutes. He made his own field goal attempt. Had 2 offensive, 3 total boards, 2 turnovers. A.J. Neto had 1 point in 12 minutes, was 0 for 3 from the floor, including 0 for 1 from range, was 1-2 from the stripe with the foul and an assist. And Bob Phoam, 5 minutes, 0 for 2 from the floor, 0 for 1 from range, had a board in the game. Overall, the Broncos were 26 of 61. Overall, 6 of 19 from range and 20 of 25 from the stripe. 13 offensive, 37 total boards, 16 fouls, 6 assists, 11 turnovers, 1 block, and 4 steals. The first half, the Broncos were 15 of 30 from the floor, 3 of 13 from range with 23%, and 3 of 4 from the stripe. Second half, better shooting overall, 11 of 21 from the floor for 52%, 3 of 6 from range, and 17 of 21 from the stripe for 81%. Broncos had 28 points in the paint, 11 points off turnovers, 19 second chance points, 3 fast break points, 14 bench points, and there were 4 lead changes in this game. For the home team, the Colorado State Rams, Jace Butler, number 4, finished with 36 minutes, 15 points on 4 of 8 shooting, including 1 of 3 from range and 6 of 8 from the stripe, 2 offensive, 5 total boards, 3 fouls, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals. Kyle Jorgensen, number 35, 14 points in 30 minutes, 6 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 4 from range, 0 for 2 from the stripe, 3 boards, 1 foul, 2 turnovers, 3 blocks. Brendan Reichsteiner, number 2, and 9 points in 29 minutes, 4 of 12 overall, 1 of 6 from range, 3 fouls, 5 assists, 1 steal. 00, Kerry Booth, Had 9 points in 20 minutes, 3 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 2 from range, hit both free throw attempts, 4 boards, 2 fouls, 1 turnover, 1 block, and a steal. Jem Muniz on 55, 4 points in 38 minutes, was 2 of 7 from the floor, 0 for 3 from range, had 2 boards, 3 fouls, 9 assists. On their bench, number 11, Agustinas Cudelas, 7 points in 11 minutes, hit all 3 field goals, including his no 3-point attempt. 1 offensive, 4 total boards, and a steal. 21, Rashan Bemba, 7 points in 10 minutes, 3 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the stripe, 1 offensive board, 4 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Georgia McIver, number 8, 2 points in 9 minutes, made his own field goal attempt, had a foul and assist and a steal. Darnell Slater, number 3, played 9 minutes, was 0 for 1 from range. Overall, they finished 26 of 52, 6 of 20 from range, 9 of 14 from the stripe, 6 offensive, 21 total boards, 17 fouls, 18 assists, 9 turnovers, 4 blocks, 7 steals. So back-to-back games, the Broncos out-rebound their opponents by double digits. Overall, it was 37 for the Broncos and boards to 21. Broncos only gave up 6-0 boards to Colorado State, and the Broncos grabbed 13-0 boards. In the first half, Colorado State shot 12 of 27 for 44%, 3 of 13 from range for 23%, and 1 of 2 from charity stripe. Second half, 14 of 25 for 56%, 3 of 7 from range for 43%, and 8 of 12 from the stripe for 67%. They have 38 paint points, 9 points off Bronco turnovers, 7 second chance points, 12 fast break points, 16 points from the bench. In terms of team stats, and this one doesn't do a lot of the other ones like Stat Broadcast would do, like layups or like time leading and stuff like that. I'll try to see if the other version has it. The Gamebook might have a bit more detail, I believe. Let's see here. I mean, it does break it down by half, but we're not going about halftime, individual halftime stats. So in the game, the Broncos' biggest lead was 19 points with 3:22 left in the game. Colorado State's biggest lead was 1 point with 7:46 left in the first half. Broncos' best scoring run was 12-0, which concluded with 17:49 left in the game. CSU's best scoring run was 7-0, which concluded with 2:11 left in the half. Broncos set for 38 minutes, 12 seconds. Colorado State in min 19. In the first half, the Broncos' biggest lead was 8 points with 13:32 left until half. Ready match Colorado State's. CSU's Broncos' best scorer in the first half was 10 points. Was 7-0 with 27 seconds left till half. CSU's best scoring run was 5-0 with 12:10 left till half. Broncos set for 18-12 in the first half and with 19 for Colorado State. In the second half, again, I mentioned the 19-point lead was the biggest in the game. Broncos' best scoring run was 5-0 with 17:49 left in the game. CSU's was 7-0 with 2:11 left in the game. Broncos set for 19 minutes, 18 seconds. In terms of scoring breakdown, for the Broncos were 10 of 14 from inside the restricted circle and layups for 71%. Broncos were 4-7 in the paint. In the left side of the interior between the 3-point line and the key, the Broncos run a 3. From on top of the key, between the free throw line and 3-point line, the Broncos were 3 of 4. Right side, they were 2 of 4. From the right corner, the Broncos were 0-1. From the right side, they were 2 of 6 from range. From front range, Broncos were 2 of 7. And from left range, they were 2 of 5. For Colorado State, there were 16 of 22 on layups and shots inside the restricted arc for 73%. 3 of 5 from the key overall well, from inside the key, outside the restricted circle. Left side of 2-point line, they were 0 for 3. Right side 1 to 2. Left corner 3, they're 1 of 1. Left side 3 of 6. Direct in front 4 threes, 1 to 7. Right side for 3-point range 1 to 5, and 0 for 1 from the right corner. So getting a real solid win for the Broncos in their final regular season game. Again, that pushed the win streak for the Broncos to 5 in a row and got the Broncos to the 20-win mark. And now, under Leon Rice, the Broncos have reached 20 wins in the season in 13 of 16 seasons. This is a 7th row victory against the Rams. They're 20-18 all-time against Colorado State. The 5-game win streak is the longest of the season. This is the 3rd straight year the Broncos have finished 500 on the road or above, going 6-5 regular season. This is the Broncos' 11th double-digit win of the season. Broncos conclude regular season with 20-1 mark when leading the half. Since the Broncos held Colorado State to only 67 points, the Broncos are 14-0 on the season, limiting the opponents to 70 or fewer points. The Broncos shot 50%, 26-52, signifying 8th time the team has shot up 50% for the floor this season. Broncos have won the rebound battle by 38 over the last 2 games against the CSU Rams. Andrew Fielder notched his 10-20 point game of the season. He scored 20 plus points in 3 of his last 5 games. Also note, just earlier today, Drew Fielder was named the MWC Conference Player of the Week with his 33-point performance at home against the Aztecs on senior night and his 23-point performance at Colorado State. And after all the games were concluded on that Saturday, the Mountain West released the bracket for men's basketball. Broncos got the number 6 seed in terms of the schedule, so the Broncos will be in the first round. So now in terms of the bracket, the first round at noon Pacific time will be a match between number 8 UNLV and number 9 Wyoming. Then 6th game in the first round will be number 5 Nevada against number 12 Air Force, about 2:30 in the afternoon Pacific time on Wednesday, March 11th. 3rd game of the first round at 6 p.m. Pacific time will be number 7 Colorado State versus number 10 Fresno. And the final nightcap will be number 6 Boise State, number 11 San Jose State at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. Then the quarterfinals, quarterfinal number 1 at noon will be Utah State versus the winner of UNLV Wyoming. Quarterfinal number 2 will be number 4 Grand Canyon against the winner of Nevada Air Force. Quarterfinal number 3 will be number 2 San Diego State against either Colorado State and Fresno. And you get the first quarterfinals at noon, second quarterfinal at 2:30, third quarterfinal at 6 p.m. Pacific, and the final night, the final quarterfinal game being New Mexico against either the Broncos or San Jose State at 8:30 p.m. Then the semifinals, it'll be the winner quarterfinal number 1 versus winner quarterfinal number 2 at 6:30 p.m. And quarterfinal number 2 will be 9 p.m. versus winner quarterfinal number 3 versus winner quarterfinal number 4. Again, the Broncos are in the later one of the quarterfinals. And then the conference championships will be on Saturday, March 14th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. Again, the 6th seed is the much more preferable matchup for the Broncos. Again, this means the Broncos avoid having to play Utah State or Grand Canyon, games which the Broncos were outmatched and outclassed in both regular season games against both opponents. they won't have to face either one of them until this championship. Again, everyone else except for UNLV, Boise State has beaten on their side of the bracket. Again, like we've beaten Wyoming, Nevada, Air Force, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Jose State. Again, chiefly will be Colorado State, Fresno, and San Jose. The Broncos might have to play along San Diego State and New Mexico. So the field that the Broncos are in or the side of the bracket the Broncos are on is arguably better for the Broncos versus being on the other side of the bracket. And just quickly look at the final records of every non-West team. Again, number 1 seeded Utah State finished 25-6, 15-5 in conference play. They're on 1-game win streak. San Diego State finished 20-10 regular season, 14-6 in conference, 1-game win streak. New Mexico finished 22-9, 13-7 in conference. They've lost 2 in a row. Grand Canyon, the 4 seed, finished 20-11, 13-7 in conference play. They've won 2 straight. Nevada finished 20-11, 12-8 in conference play. They're on a 1-game win streak. Then, of course, it's Broncos, 20-11, 12-8 in conference. And the league leading 5, or conference leading 5-game win streak. Colorado State finished 20-11, 11-9 in conference play, 1-game losing streak. UNLV 16-15, 11-9 in conference, 1-game losing streak. Wyoming goes into this tournament 18-13, 9-11 conference play, 3-game win streak. Fresno State is 13-18 in conference overall, 7-13 in conference, 1-game losing streak. San Jose State wrapped up the year 8-23 overall, 3-17 conference play. They lost 3. And the helpless Air Force 3-28 overall, and they're only the 4th team. This year's Air Force team is the 4th in program in Mountain West history to go over 20 in conference play. And they lost 24 games in a row. So again, the Broncos match against San Jose State. They took care of business against San Jose, both regular season games. So I think this is essentially just like women's bye game for the Broncos, where hopefully Boise State comes out firing and takes care of business in the first half pretty well and allows for the bench to really play the majority of the minutes in the second half, so that our starters are more well rested for potentially a big game against New Mexico in quarterfinal number 4 on Thursday. Again, the more fresher and more well rested your starters are in this tournament, the further you can go, especially if you're one team's playing the first round of the conference tournament. So again, Boise State men with a really great win on the road to wrap with the regular season against Colorado State. Broke down the bracket of the conference tournament and did a projection for their game against San Jose State. Right now, Boise State is 59th in the net. San Jose is 256 in the net. In Camp Pom, Broncos are 55th. San Jose is 237th. And right now, Camp Pom is predicting an 80-67 win for the Broncos this Wednesday in the first round, the quarterfinals, or in the first round, I should say, not the quarterfinals, but first round. The game against San Jose State will be on the Mountain West Network and 670 KBOI on the AM radio band.